Vi sidder lige nu mest lukket rum på hele Gamescom. Det er nemlig hos Diablo 3. So what's up, man? First question. How much gamer punani are you getting off being on the Diablo 3 team? You can be honest.
Not nearly enough. I could always use more. I'm hungry for it.
How can you make sure that Diablo 3 won't be a disappointment to all the loyal fans?
Well, you know, the great thing about Blizzard is we've got a process on how we make games that kind of guarantees that either Diablo 3 will be awesome or it will never show up. And it's turning out awesome based on just the feedback we get from the company as a whole and from people who play it here at Gamescom and at BlizzCon whenever we show it off. So we just keep iterating on things and keep playing it until we can't stop playing it. Once we reach that point, then we know it's ready.
There's been a lot of problem with World of Warcraft with farmers, people taking advantage of the game. Are you afraid that will happen here with the auction house with the real money and anything?
No, we're not afraid that it's going to happen. It's a very different environment than World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is a persistent environment. So if you have someone out farming quest mobs and just annihilating everything in the world, it really affects all the other players in the world. Whereas in Diablo, if you want to go and farm items, well, you can create your own instance of the game and not harm anyone else. You can lock other players out of your game if you don't want them there. So you have a lot more control over the world. So we're not too concerned about how they might affect the world as a whole. In terms of are we concerned in general about there might be people coming in and farming items? Well, that was going to happen anyway. So I don't believe the auction house really changes that for people.
There's talks about this game coming out on consoles. What are the biggest risks of doing that?
Well, the biggest risk would be that we would we'd either do the PC or the console game not justice. That we'd either put a lot of effort in the PC game and kind of ignore the console and do a crappy port, or I think some people would be worried that we get really obsessed with the console and not do PC right, which is, I think, a common trend in the game industry, but not really something in either case that Blizzard would do. If we're going to do a console game, it's going to be great. If it's not great, we're not going to do it. We're not going to let it affect the PC game, and it's one of the reasons why we've looked at other games that we've done and not put them on console. World of Warcraft and StarCraft 2 would probably make a lot of money if we put them on console, but they wouldn't be great because the game doesn't suit the controller, it doesn't suit the environment. So we haven't done it. For Diablo, we think it probably could, and it's mainly because we've played around a little bit and done some research, and it seems to be promising. But it still remains to be seen.
What is for you the most important features in the game?
I think in general, the approach to combat is one of our big. It's hard to nail that down exactly as a core feature, but we really looked at the basic combat model of Diablo and tried to diversify it some more, break up skill usage so that combat was a little bit more engaging without being too complex. But we also have a whole bunch of new classes that are really interesting and some great customization systems. The rune system in particular allows you to use items to completely change the nature of your skills, which is a pretty powerful customization ability for players.
I have an idea. We go out to a bar tonight, flash your Blizzard card, and we'll hook you up with girls. Deal?
Sounds like a plan.
Let's go. Let's get going.